Hey there, everybody. Today is October 21st. Uh, over the past 3 days, we've gotten somewhere between 16 and 25 yards of mulched and or whole leaves and pine straw as collected by our town's DPW department. So I have been moving leaves from one spot to another for too many days now, and I needed a break from it. So I'm going to show you guys what I was doing today instead. That's right, I was moving leaves from one spot to another. So autumn is probably my favorite time to be playing in the forest garden as we work towards production space. As we head down here into more of the water catchment zone from the uphill space, you can see this is a not inconsiderable pile. It's about 3 feet tall at this point. I've only been clearing, snippets of the leaves and things. I did find some black trumpet mushrooms, so we have been spreading those guys around in here and along the rock ledge, where we'll also be planting some more woody perennials next year after taking care of some of the overhanging branches that you can see here. This whole pile is almost entirely maple leaves. You'll notice if you look at the canopy, there are some swatches of yellow. Those are some of the sugar maples that are still hanging onto the leaves. The one up by the garage is absolutely gorgeous right now. I might take a shot of that to finish this out just so you guys can see it, because it's awesome looking right now. But all of the beech trees are still fully green, so I am not actually robbing my system of the extra carbon deposits or the fertility, the mineral compositions of these leaves. I'm just accentuating their collection in a few spots that the beech and sparse oak leaf fall will accentuate further and just add to. Right now I'm just encouraging certain buildups, and the reason for this, the reason I like doing it in the fall the most, is because the leaves are kind of lightweight, and yeah, it's a good workout if you're going hard, but it doesn't have to be too strenuous. You can just kind of pile some leaves up, and if you don't like the shape of it, it's only 2 or 3 minutes to move them around. Obviously, I haven't gotten terribly far. I did actually have to rest, but we've been just slowly depositing. We'll come around. Most of the town leaves have been going to these spaces. The perennials garden on the edge of the chicken yard, where the tomatoes are not acting like it's late October at all. We've had a serious flush of growth from the lavenders again. I've been a little unimpressed with these modified gooseberries. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them around. I have been intensely impressed with the growth on our second-year goji berries, and at this point you can see I've got a few rocks placed, and once we do a final end-of-season trim on the lavenders, I will be pinning this back branch down as well. Up here we've had a couple that have already taken root, so I am confident that the wood chips we placed here 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and all of the shave, all of the chicken compost, all of the leaves that we've been depositing for the past 2 years with our collections, it's finally starting to really boost the growth of some of the plants in this space. So it was a little bit of a slow start. 0 to 60 was not as fast as it could have been, but for what seems to be degraded pasture land, I'm pretty happy with the amount of fertility we've been able to generate. Still not enough nitrogen in the system. It is pretty carbon locked, that there wasn't quite enough nitrogen in the system for the Jerusalem artichokes to flower quite as much as I would have hoped, but we're going to leave those in the ground undisturbed for the rest of the season. And with all of the compost and green manure from the squashes and all of the comfrey cutbacks, we'll be sure to get better growth rates next year. I'm hopeful. I'm sure. And you can see my little leaf spreading crew hard at work. So this is my favorite tree on the property at the moment. It's a huge, huge sugar maple. It's probably terrible for my garage's foundation, but every year it's just these little splashes of color, like a little private fireworks display in my backyard. So, yeah. How are your forest gardens doing, folks? How are you doing? We hope you're well. Until next time, thanks for watching. Happy planting.